Hello, dear students. Welcome you all to the lecture of marketing management. And today we are going to discuss about the pricing methods. In previous few lectures, we have learned about pricing factors which affect the pricing objectives, and we discussed a case on Starbucks and how they did changes in their pricing strategies and what were the learning from those cases we have learned. Today we are going to discuss a very important, I will say, topic: market pricing methods. So basically, we are going to discuss four types of pricing methods. But before going to discuss all these things, we need to understand business makes a profit when the price is charged to the customers for its goods and services, which exceeds the cost of production for those goods and services. Basically, we will discuss today four types of pricing methods. First one will be your markup or cost plus pricing method. Second will be the rate of return or target rate on investment method. Third one is the value pricing method, and last one is the perceived value pricing method. So let's start with the first type of pricing method. This is the markup pricing method or cost plus pricing method. So first of all, we should understand what is cost and what is price. Normally, customers often use the terms cost and price interchangeably, but to a business person, these two are fundamentally different concepts. Okay, so price is what your business charges to its customer, and cost is the expenses your business incurs to provide the good or services to the customer are paying for. Okay, in short, the cost is what the business owner pays, price is what the business owner receives. And the larger the difference in these two things, it will call larger will be the profit. So first of all, let's see markup pricing method. So it is the most elementary pricing method which adds a standard markup to producer's cost. Okay, so this is the simplest and most intuitive method of setting a price. In this, simply business adds up the total cost of production, producing an item, and a standard markup for its profit they fix and in the cost, and they make it as a price. Mostly the construction companies, they do this kind of pricing, they will develop a building and whatever the cost is coming plus standard markup on that, let's say 20% of return. Okay, 20% of markup they want to increase, they want to earn on that, so they will what they will do, they will just put cost plus 20% of the markup. Okay, let's see this example here. We have taken one example. For a company, variable cost per unit is $10. Fixed cost is $3 lakh. Expected unit sales is 50,000 units. So how this manufacturer will go with the price of method? So first of all, he need to understand what is the unit cost. So formula for unit cost is variable cost plus fixed cost over unit sale. So all the entries are there, and after calculating it, we will get $16 unit cost. It means the cost of production of one unit is 16. Now let's say manufacturer want to earn 20% markup on sale. Okay, so what he will do, markup price he will calculate unit cost divided by 1 minus desired return on sale. So 16 by 1 minus 0.20, so $20 will be the price for the product if he want to earn a 20% of the markup. So let's see what are the positive and negative pros and cons of this type of pricing method. The primary advantage of cost plus pricing method is that this method is very simple and predictable. Okay, and disadvantage of this method is that it just sets a price without taking consideration of how the prices will affect the demand. The price is sets could be either too low or too high. Okay, a strict cost plus policy may also discourage efficiency or even punish it. Okay, since all costs get passed directly to the customer, there may be no incentive to save money in the production process. So this method will not take care like if we will increase or decrease the price, how it is going to affect the demand. Next pricing method is your target rate of return pricing method. So let's go to that slide. So in target return pricing, the firm determine the price that would yield its target rate of return on investment. In first one, we was talking about the markup on sale, okay, producers cost. But here we are doing reverse process, okay. So on investment, how much return we are expecting. Okay, like GM is there, they price their automobiles to achieve 15 to 20% of return on investment. So in this method, the cost plus method used cost to determine price. Target costing works to other way around. It used price to determine cost. In target costing, a business starts by determining how much it wants to charge for the product. It then subtracts the desired profit from the price to arrive at a maximum cost it can afford to pay to produce the product. For example, a company, toaster manufacturing company is there, which is investing 1 million to its business and want to earn a 20% of ROI. Okay. So how they will calculate the target rate of return pricing? Unit cost plus desired return into invested capital over unit sales. So unit cost in previous calculation we found that 16. Desired return 20% they are saying into invested capital over sale. So they will get this $20 target pricing. Now, what are the positives and negatives of this target costing? So target costing recognizes that a business doesn't have the total control over the pricing. Price is limited by what the market will pay. It also encourages requires even businesses to operate efficiently. And what are the negatives of this costing? It often requires the business to design the entire production process around the meeting the cost. Okay, it's a challenge for a small business that does not have a dedicated development team. So for the bigger companies, it is possible to go with that, but for smaller companies, it will be a costly exercise. Next is your perceived value prices, and it is nowadays it is very popular. So companies now base their prices on customers' perceived value, how the customer is perceiving value for that particular company. So the perceived value could be developed through the buyer's image in the customer's mind. Okay, the product performance is there, how the channel are there, what is the warranty, quality, customer support, and those all are different software attributes. So all these things will be included with the pricing. Okay, let's say the example, Caterpillar example is there. Caterpillar use perceived value to set price on its construction equipments. It might price the tractors at $1 lakh. Although a similar competitor tractor might be priced at $90,000, when a prospective customer asks for a Caterpillar dealer why he should pay 1 lakh more, 10,000 more to the Caterpillar tractor, the dealer answered, 90,000 is the cost of production of that uh, tractor, which they are also having. Plus $7,000 are for superior durability, and then reliability 6,000, services 5,000, 2,000 is for warranty. So the total price should go 1 lakh 10,000 dollar, but they are giving $10,000 of discount. So final price is 1 lakh. So you can see here in this example how the companies can charge more if the perceived value of a company is higher. This thing we have seen in the case study which we was discussing Starbucks. So how the Starbucks was able to charge the higher prices, and the reason there we discussed the value which they delivered, the service value they was delivering to the customer. Because of that, they were able to ask for the higher prices. Finally, the value pricing method, and it is in recent year very adoptive method. So the objective of this pricing method is to gain the loyal customers by charging fairly low prices for the higher quality offering. So if they are charging the high quality product at lower prices, how it is possible? So and the method is like re-engineering the company's operations so that they can be a low cost producers and without sacrificing the quality. So re-engineering is one option through which the larger number of products can be developed with the smaller amount. Okay, and the quality should also be maintained. So these are the four types of pricing strategies we have discussed today. First one is your markup pricing, in which simply a standard markup we add on the cost. Second is target return pricing, how much return is expected by the businessman. Perceived value pricing, based on the value which you are providing to the customer, and you can add the cost based on your specific uh, your specific qualities of the product or the services. And value pricing, providing the higher quality product at the lower prices. I hope you understood the concept. If you have any query, you can catch me on your WhatsApp group. I will solve your queries there. Thank you so much for watching the videos.